Yeah, I think that notion of partnership is really important, and it's a subtle shift from being a sponsor to a partner, but it's something for us at Canadian Tire that's become so important. We've renamed our agreements as partnership agreements. We've renamed our titles as partnership teams, because we want so much more than just the right to use your logo. We want the right to work with you. Having whether that means a retail component and there's actually a hard revenue driving business component, or whether it's just coming together on what programs we build, but partnership and how you act together, I think, is key for it. And I think that notion of relationship is a really great analogy, because you go into a relationship and you hope you pick the best person to be with, but then it's all about how you act together in it. Do you communicate? How do you deal with the hard times? How do you go through the good times and the bad times? So I think it's a great way to capture it.
More and more the sponsors would say the same thing: fewer, bigger, better. But the investment is more significant. The activation funding has to be more significant, but I believe the return is more significant as well. And Kim, maybe you can...
Well, I think you hit it. It's the activation. So, I mean, having your logo amongst a ton of other fantastic sponsors is great, and there's your awareness moment, but it's about the story that you're telling with that property. And if that's not resonating with your consumer, and that's not being... if you're not doing that in a big enough way, then it doesn't show the value that you have out of this property. And I think what we look for from a property is to help us, not just in protecting our category, that's important. We want the exclusivity in our competitive set, but help protect our story. So, we've talked a lot about hockey. Even since 8 this morning. Hockey, everybody wants to play in hockey, and we might have our category in that sport protected, but how do we have a unique story with our consumer? How do you, as a property, when you see us going down a path that looks very similar to someone else in your property set, how do you help pull us in a direction that gives a unique space? So I think that's a big part of it as well.